In this week's show, we see some amazing fall foliage, roll through Death Valley, see some homemade RVs in a ghost town, and have some beers that were to die for. Well, kids, we are out of Grand Tetons. But what'd you think of Grand Tetons, Tony Tao?
Beautiful.
Yeah, we gotta come back here.
It's up there with one of my favorites.
Yeah, and especially coming off of Yellowstone where everything was so far apart and you had to drive a lot to get to places. This was a nice change of pace because it's not as huge. And it is absolutely beautiful.
Even the campground, we're at Coulter Bay Campground. Barely small walk out to the lake, and the view of the campground was stunning.
Yeah.
The mountains and the lake in front of it.
All right, so today is a 5.5 hour drive according to RV Life, which means it's a 6.5 hour drive.
Which means we're not going to get there till 6 o'clock, so hopefully dinner will go fast.
So we got to get moving, I think is what that means. Since Coulter Bay Campground is dry camping, we had to stop and dump out before we left the park. And that is always an adventure. So here you are once again at a dump station, watching a couple dump their adventure van out with no gloves on. Not a glove in sight. And the best part is, at one point, the hose just popped off. And he just reached down and grabbed it and plugged it back in. Still no gloves. Ugh. How do these people do this? People, glove up. We pulled out of Tetons and headed west. For the first time ever, we got to see the Bonneville Salt Flats. Our destination was Lake Tahoe, where we took a week off from filming. But we did play in the water and were reminded of those California fuel prices. Good morning, Tony Tao.
Good morning.
You're up early.
You're all right.
Usually, these morning nature filming adventures are just me, because Tony Tao is not a morning person. So where are we going? What are we doing? Where are we at to start with?
We are in Bishop, California. Where's Bishop, you might ask? It's in the Eastern Sierras.
It's up off of the 395, Highway 395.
Which, by the way, if you've never driven that highway, you need to drive that highway.
Part of it runs along the east side of Yosemite, so you get a lot of really great views. But what did we discover that we had no idea even existed here around Bishop, California?
What did we discover?
Well, we discovered it yesterday. We discovered the Inyo National Forest. And we also discovered that if you're going to go and visit the Inyo National Forest, do it in the fall. Because we drove up there yesterday and oh my God, the colors were just bloody amazing. We drove up.
Get why they call California the Golden State.
Yeah, because there was groves of aspen trees, I think they were aspens, that we drove through, and it was like driving through a river of gold. So we're heading back up there this morning to drone a little bit of it and also to see some of these lakes. Because the one lake that we looked at yesterday, the reflection of the mountains in the lake was absolutely beautiful.
Sometimes I get lonely, but I am happy holding on to the idea that this life can be magic. Somebody once told me it's hopeless, but you know me, oh, I think I'll chance it. Call me a hopeful romantic. I don't need fireworks or Hollywood timing, a perfume, love letters, and a cursive writing. But I believe in love, and I believe it's gonna find me. Sometimes I get lonely, but I am happy holding on to the idea that this life can be magic. Somebody once told me it's hopeless, but you know me, oh, I think I'll chance it. Call me a hopeful romantic. Yeah, I'm just a hopeful
So today we are pulling out of Bishop, California. We're heading over to Pahrump, Nevada, which means a run through Death Valley. We are getting out earlier than we normally do. We're out at 9:30 this morning because I want to get through Death Valley before it gets too damn hot. It's supposed to be 109, 110 degrees going through Death Valley today. Important safety tip for days like that. Remember that low inflated tires run hotter. So make sure that your tires are all inflated to the level that they should be at. Thoughts on Bishop, California?
Again, surprised how beautiful it is up here this time of year.
Yeah, so if you have a chance, stop in Bishop and spend some time up in the Inyo National Forest.
Little campgrounds up there, both for large and small. If you don't want a boondock, we stayed at Brownstown. It was okay.
It was water and power only. So.
30 amp.
And only 30 amp power, correct. And this is something that some RV parks do that drive me insane. Put a breaker on the power plug. I hate having to plug directly into power without a switch to turn it on and off.
Yeah, and they charged us for the dump too, which was kind of...
Yeah, and they charge us $5 coming out. Maybe we don't like Brownstown.
Although, no, it was nice and quiet, honestly. Although it was only $40 a night, so I can't complain too much.
Let's get the heck out of here, Tony Tao, before it gets too hot in Death Valley.
I'm ready.
It was southeast from Bishop, and before long, we were on a steep and windy descent into Death Valley. This road was another great reason to have an exhaust brake. When we got to the valley floor, it was exactly what we expected, hot and brown. What have we been doing since we left Bishop? We came from Bishop to, was it straight to Vegas?
Pahrump.
Oh, we went to Pahrump. We didn't film anything in Pahrump because we were busy working. Then we went to Vegas. We didn't film anything in Vegas because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. With the exception of Tony Tao won $1,000 on the video poker machine. And then what'd you do with your $1,000?
Gave half to you.
Yeah, and then what did I do with that half?
Gave that half back to the casino.
Yeah, so because of me, Tony Tao won $500 in Las Vegas. Where are we at now?
Lake Mead.
Oh, that's right. I already asked you. We're at Lake Mead. And today we are going to go down to the Nelson Ghost Town. All right, let's go see some ghosts. It's not that kind of ghost town, is it?
No.
All right. Well, we're going to go to a ghost town. We'll see you there. Nelson Ghost Town is about a 40-minute drive from Lake Mead and sits right on Highway 165. After we arrived and found parking, there was this sign that let us know it was going to cost us. And it directed us to read the big sign. Being the rule followers that we are, we found the big sign and discovered we had to check in. It wasn't a theme park. The owner thinks all the visitors are stupid people. Oh, and stray children? Yeah, they'd be shot. The interior of the main building was decorated in postmodern hoarder, complete with a moose head. And of course, scary bug bling. There was a cool old barn, but we couldn't go in because, once again, the owner thinks y'all are stupid people. There were some old gas pumps, and this super cool retro motel sign. It fits our vibe, so it was a highlight. And since this is an RV channel, there was a homemade teardrop trailer. This post-apocalyptic schoolie. And for you overlanders in the audience, there was this Super C with abundant over-the-cab storage. It was also a wide-body model. And finally, an additional schoolie designed for tall RVers. All in all, Nelson was less of a ghost town and more of a set piece from Sanford & Sons. We don't really recommend it.
But then we found the scariest brewery ever. We give you Beer Zombies in Boulder City, where the beers were amazing and the decor was to die for.
thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And come back next Sunday for more of our RV adventures.